All right, everyone, good morning. Captain Cody Davis here, back again with hopefully what's going to turn into another episode of Tight Splice Charters. Doing something a little bit different for you guys this morning, just kind of fishing one of our many freshwater rivers down here in South Florida. Just fishing for whatever bites at the end of the day. There's big bass in here, there's snook, there's tarpon. That's kind of the main goal, is to play with some snook and tarpon, but I'll take whatever bites. There's big jacks in here. And just got out here as early as I could. Wanted to get out here a little earlier, but little man wasn't letting that happen. But we're here and just trying to take advantage of this low light situation in the morning and throw a walking bait around, and then we'll just kind of play around from there. I've already seen a couple of tarpon roll, and they were actually fairly good size, but they were all out of range. So just gonna kind of, like I said, throw this walking bait here and see if we can get a topwater blow up, and just keep my eyes peeled for a big tarpon to roll within casting range. That's what's so cool about, you know, this state and the fishery down here. There's just so many different options to fish for so many different species, so many different ways. You know, I mean, you don't ever know. I mean, even if you don't plan to fish for snook and tarpon, you could just be fishing for bass and run into them, which is so cool, or vice versa. Even go fishing for snook and tarpon and catch bass. So really cool. I don't have too much experience playing around in this river, but I do have some. So it's just kind of a little bit of a learning day for me, as well as just hopefully being able to put some big fish in the boat and show you guys some cool stuff. So I got a bird trying to eat my spook. We're just gonna keep, look at him. We're gonna keep plucking around and see what we run into today. So hopefully it turns into a good one. Just to kind of walk you guys through our bait selection here, what we're throwing. Like I said, our main objective is to try and target some snook and tarpon, but who knows what we'll run into. So we've got basically it's a fluke style bait made by that No Live Bait Needed company I like a lot. This is their Lil Mullet on just a big wide gap hook. Really good for sight casting tarpon and just skipping up under docks and stuff. Really great bait, and catches some big fish. Got that on what equates to like a 5,000 spinner, 30-pound braid, 40-pound fluorocarbon leader. Got that. Got kind of just a lighter action rod with a little Sabile stick minnow, or whatever you call it here. 20-pound fluoro, 8-pound braid, medium light rod. We've got the walking style bait or spook style bait right there, and then got a little paddle tail swim bait here on what equates to about a 4,000 size reel. 20-pound braid, little half ounce or a quarter ounce jig head, and a little swim bait here. Another No Live Bait Needed product that I like a lot for targeting these snook and tarpon. And that's about it. So I think we're gonna go with the little fluke style bait right now. Just see if I can skip these trees here and see if we can run into something. Hopefully one of these big tarpon shows itself too. Fish on the light rod. Saw some bait getting spooked up to the top. I think we got a nice little bass here. No, we got a snook. Nice little guy. There we go. Now these are not like a bass. They won't just sit still. Not a big one, but a super pretty fish. Right there. Healthy little guy, probably 18 inches or so. Thought it was a little bass, but maybe we'll run into a snook that can literally eat this guy today. They're such a cool fish. Pretty. There you go, buddy. I guess he was eating good or had Mexican food last night, because he made a mess all over my boat. Another one. There's a pile of them right here. Chasing bait. Small, but I'll take them. Another little guy. One thing, for those of you that don't know, snook are not, they're basically a saltwater bass, but can obviously live in fresh water. Behave somewhat the same. The one thing you got to be careful of is, unlike a largemouth, when you grab these, most of the time they won't just sit still for you. And the other thing is, these gill plates are like legit razor blades. Super healthy fish. Little guy. Super fun. Look how pretty that fish is right there. The other thing is, they have a sandpaper-like mouth like a bass, but times 1,000. I mean, when we fish for the real big ones over on the coast, I mean, there's nights we'll fish 125-pound leader because they'll literally fray through. They'll fray right through it. You guys could probably see in the sunlight there, my 20-pound leader frayed up. So almost after every fish, when catching snook, it's smart to retie. Looks like there's still a couple more sitting right here. Moving some bait around. Yep. I'd love to power pull down right here. My power pull remote stopped working. That one's foul hooked. He's a little bigger. Not much, but a little bigger. A little bit of a darker fish. I hate dealing with treble hooks with these guys. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That's a little bit of a darker one. Super healthy in here though. Look at that. Good morning so far. 3 casts, 3 snook. No giant, but that's all right. I'll take them all. You can see right there in the sun that's all frayed up, but it's not too bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it. So what we got going on here, guys, I'm sitting here at a bend in the river, and for whatever reason there are a ton right there of tarpon just kind of rolling around right here, mixed different sizes, and somehow I got my power poles to actually stick and got my remote to work for a minute, and I'm trying to just stay off of them and get them to eat. You know, when you see these tarpon, it's very important to, obviously, same thing like the snook, stay back from them. I always make the joke that tarpon are stupid, but when it comes to backwater, especially, you know, freshwater tarpon, for whatever reason, they are very wary and very smart. That one just rolled like on, look at them all. I mean, I'm going right through them and they haven't hit it. Presentation is key, you know, just fish light line, as light as you can get away with. And maybe we'll be able to trick one into biting here, but we haven't been able to so far. Got 8-pound braid and a little piece of 20-pound leader. Don't want to go too much lighter than that. They're just everywhere right here. Look, I'm chasing bait right there. Oh, did you see that? Tarpon was chasing a damn shad. I wasn't quick enough. I'm right in there. Oh, did you see that? Did I get that? That was so sick. I could see the shad literally trying to get away from the tarpon, and he... I don't know if you guys just saw that tarpon roll right there. One thing I've noticed in my years of tarpon fishing, when they roll like that, and like that one, just real calm, smooth, and you kind of really get a good glance of their dorsal and their top tail fin, that means they're happy. Like they're not spooked most of the time. They're not frantic. A lot of times I feel like they don't know that you're there, or the boat pressure's not spooking them. There's other times, and I've seen a couple do it this morning, where they come up and almost made myself choke, come up and just gulp air and shoot straight back down to the bottom. And a lot of times I feel like, you know, they feel your presence, they know you're there, something's not right, and they're almost rolling because they have to more, you know, and trying to get up and get down as quick as they can. And these tarpon just, I mean, I've only seen a couple do it. They look pretty content. I'm surprised, you know, I am really surprised that we haven't gotten bit. And they are feeding, because I've seen them blowing shad and all kinds of other little fish up, but they're just smart. Another tip I'll give you guys, if you're ever finding yourself trying to fish for freshwater tarpon, which I'd consider these, there's other fish down here in the state of Florida that roll and gulp air. One of them, the main ones, is like a big long nose gar, which are in this river. Bowfin, mudfish, catfish. So just because you're seeing disturbances on the water, like that one right there was not a tarpon. So I run into it a lot where people are like, man, there's so many tarpon in this canal, and I go check it out, and it's gar, or it's bowfin, or armored catfish, or whatever. Take your time and just really watch. I mean, and make sure that what you're targeting are actually tarpon. Otherwise, you'll be throwing live baits at bullshit at the end of the day for hours. And these are all 100% tarpon. I mean, there's thousands of them right here, but they just, some big ones. A big one just rolled back there, but they are being very picky. So what I'm probably going to do is just keep going up this bank, give them 20 minutes or so, and I'll come back down with the wind and just maybe get lucky. I don't know. Well, guys, I don't know. I've had a buddy of mine for the longest time tell me that these tarpon in this system were damn near impossible to catch, and to be honest with you, I really didn't take his word for it. I kind of just, you know, wrote it off like, yeah, you know, if I get around them, we'll make the right cast, throw the right bait, set the boat up right, and we'll you know, we'll get a few shots at them. But these damn things are stubborn, man, and they are feeding, because I've seen them eating shad and I've seen them chasing bait around. So it's not that they're being lethargic, they're just smart, you know, when it comes down to it. And I don't know how it is now. I will say freshwater tarpon, in my experience, are typically smarter than your pure saltwater tarpon or tarpon that you'd catch on the coast, in my opinion. But this is a whole new level. I never even had one boil. I never had one look, and I threw all my little secret weapons at them. I threw everything. I downsized to 8-pound test fluorocarbon just to try and get the bite, and that did not help or do anything. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the deal is with them, but there are tons of them. Now the sun's up, they're not really rolling or acting happy anymore, so I'm just going to move on to try and catching snook, and this might not pan out either. I've got those, you know, I caught those 3 little snook, and then the rod I was throwing that bait on got the nastiest wind knot I've ever had in my life, so, you know, that's probably going to be a done deal. But I caught those small ones, that's great and cool and all, but I want to try and catch a big one. There are some big snook in here. You know, when I say big, I mean I want to try and catch some slot sized fish or so. So we're just going to kind of stick to throwing some bigger baits and trying to target some bigger fish. Maybe see some floating, we'll see. But I'm really going to try throwing this little mullet around and just kind of trying to keep it in my hand as long as I can, skipping it up under these trees. And I'm going to get here on the shaded bank. Maybe they'll be a little more active over here until the sun gets straight up and down. Then we'll have to probably come up with a different game plan. But you know, these snook are smart too. So these fish in this system are just extremely difficult to catch, but maybe we'll get lucky. There we go. Snook out of the lily pad patch. Got a light leader on here. He's got it choked. So we're gonna be real easy with him. Not really that big. Man, he hammered it. poles to stick. There might be more. But I could feel that leader. Sawing away. Put him on this side. I don't know if you guys could even, you might be able to hear that fluorocarbon sawing on his mouth. Not a big one, but I'll take him. Hey. Look at this. The guys that own No Live Bait Needed, all right, they're snook fishermen. I've been snook fishing with them for as long as I can remember. They know how to make a bait, and this little mullet is, you know, something that us snook fishermen have really needed in our arsenal for a long time. Look at that. That thing is gone. And I am in no way sponsored or anything like that by these guys. Are they buddies of mine? Yeah, but you know, that has nothing to do with it. I mean, this bait just flat out catches them. It's such a sick eat. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful snook. I don't know how big he is. He's not huge. Super fun though. Just as pretty as one you'd catch on the beach. Let this guy go. All right, boy or girl, whatever you are, thanks for playing. Try to take my time. This water's very hot, and you know, that fish, I fought him for a long time because I didn't want him to frame me off. I don't know how big. Probably a slot at the end of the day. All right. That was so cool. I mean, he just, I hope I got the bite on camera. We're recording. He just blew the thing up. Jeez, getting ready to pull it out of the water. God, these fish just camouflage so well. Look at that. Oh, he come off. I mean, I never even saw him. Look at them all up there. Oh, I had one. There we go. There we go, finally. A little better one too. Got a really light leader on here, so got a big pot of them started rolling. I mean, they were packed so tight. One hit it the first time. I just hurried up and got back in there. If you can get them in competition with each other, I mean, and you get one to just kind of half-ass look at the bait, sometimes that'll just make one of them commit in the school. That's what happened here. Of course, I'm drifting right on top of where they were, but we won't be greedy. We'll be thankful I finally hooked one of these things. They are smart in here, man. Such a healthy fish. They're so cool. Only got 15-pound braid on here. I think I only got 25-pound fluoro. So just taking it easy. Plus, one thing with a tarpon, they're never done. So he's gonna roll over on his side here, and then right when I go to try and land the fish, he's gonna go absolutely nuts. So just let him play out. Oh God. Pretty fish. Fat as bud. All right, I don't want to wear them out too much. This water is very hot, so you know the oxygen level's low, but you know, tarpon, they breathe air. That's what's giving themselves away when they come up and gulp and roll. But still, you don't want to fight him for too long, and he's gonna thrash and try to break my hand and hook me. But come here, buddy. I don't want him to break off, not because I'm worried about landing the fish. I don't want to leave that jig head in his mouth. Got it blowing up in front of me. What a fish. Hopefully a bull shark doesn't come up, because they are in here. Hey, bigger than I thought. Beautiful fish right here. You guys can probably see him rolling in front of me. Let me, I don't want to really take him out. Oh, did he come off? No. I don't really want to pull him out of the water too much, so. All right. Got that no live bait needed jig head. They made a badass jig head. It's a light little jig head, but with an awesome hook in it. This guy's right about the size where you don't want to pull him out of the water any bigger than this. But there you go. 20-pounder. If not a little better than that. Beautiful fish. Back in. All right, now the wind's kind of dragging me down the canal here, so we'll just revive this fish, take its time. If you didn't get that Snapchat, sorry. They're so cool, man. Such a pretty one in the river. Freshwater tarpon have been my nemesis since I was, so young. I used to fish golf courses and backwater canals like this, and it feels good to finally start kind of figuring them out. They're so cool. Look at that fish. That fish is probably 8 years old. So thick across the back. That's probably the thickest tarpon I've ever caught. All right. That's typically your cue that it's about time to wrap it. Oh my God. God, I thought that was a big snook. It was a big jack. I'd still be fine with it. I'd have a slam if I caught a jack. How did he not get that? All right, the action has definitely slowed down. Like I figured it would. We're in the middle of the day now. It's at least 98 degrees, no exaggeration. And it's just kind of dead. All the tarpon kind of just went down. Haven't seen any snook, haven't had any bites, so it's tough, which is fine. I mean, I had a great morning. It was super fun. We're at a last stop here. We're gonna try and fish this real quick, and then maybe if the video will keep going if I catch anything. If not, that'll be it. So one last stop here, see if we can make something happen, and then we'll take it to the house. Big thing of jacks, and I can't get in fast enough. How are they not eating me? Big school jacks, and for those of you that don't know, these things are actually typically pretty stupid. You ain't anything to do. Finally got one. Okay. Ooh, I'm out of breath. I'm not even out of breath from catching the fish. I'm out of breath from trying to cast. Not a bad one, especially for fresh water. Guys, we are in 100% fresh water here, and look how healthy that jack is. They just adapt, you know, and adjust, and look at that, super cool. So these guys are like tunas; they don't stop swimming, so to release them, you just kind of head first them. Super cool. I wouldn't mind. And that's gonna do it, guys. We're going to head to the house because one, I'm out of bottled water and it's 100 degrees out, literally. Two, the bite died. It got real tough and real slow, and I haven't been really seeing anything. And three, I gotta get home and mow my lawn before I take off for the week. So super fun, like 5 snook, I think. Caught that nice tarpon, missed one other one, and caught a jack there at the end, which was super cool. And all in fresh water. So 3 different saltwater species, caught them all in fresh water. Really neat. No place like South Florida down here. So everything on light tackle, just had a great time. You just never know. I mean, South Florida, like I said, we're spoiled down here. I mean, you can literally go fish for whatever you want, whenever you want. There's better times and better windows to go do it, but at the end of the day, it's all right at your fingertips down here. So super fun. Hopefully you guys like the video. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, let me know. And you know, we're gonna be taking off, going to ICAST, going to the Keys. So I don't know what my next video will be. Hopefully it's sooner than later. Like the video, share the video, definitely helps the channel out. My power pole remote is working when it wants to. I gotta stop on my way home and get one of these. And you know, I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Give me a call if you're looking to book a trip. You know, Lake Okeechobee is in its typical summertime grind, but the bite's good. I mean, you can still catch fish. I mean, we're catching a bunch of fish first thing in the morning on a shad spawn, and catching some good ones. So let me know if you guys want to come play with these guys. I have trips for these available also. So give me a call, 954-871-9976. And real quick, let me throw this in there. The best way to reach me if I don't answer my phone shoot me a text, say, hey, this is so-and-so, I'm looking to book a trip, what's your availability? And I'll either text you back or I will call you back. I'm sure you guys get it too. The amount of spam phone calls I've been getting over the past few months, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's insane, and they leave messages, they don't leave messages, and it's to the point where it's like I'm 4 or 5 days behind checking messages, and then, you know, I call people and it's too late. If I call, don't answer, which I might be busy, I probably will be with the newborn in the house and everything going on. Shoot me a text. Hey, this is Jeff, and I'm looking to book a trip. And I'll either text you back right away or I'll call you right back. Just, that's the best way to get a hold of me right now. For all of you that are emailing, that's fine, but I don't check my email but like once a week. I'm just horrible about it. Same thing with like Instagram or Facebook Messenger. My name, my phone number, and everything is linked in the description of this video. Shoot me a text message. That is without a doubt the best way to get a hold of me. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to go put it on the trailer, and I'm going to get the hell out of the heat and get in some AC. So I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.